Hey and welcome back to the channel. So I've been working on this personal project of mine for the whole past week. And because of the limit of different IDEs, I ended up using not just one, not just two, but a total of three different AI coding tools. Them being Claude Code, Cursor, and Antigravity, just to get my project done. So let me walk you through what actually happened. Hey, my name is Varun. In this video, I'm going to share my experience with regards to the usage of different IDEs. So let's get started. So I started working on this project. I started using Claude Code initially. Claude Code is one of the best tools which you can use to code your way through. It is one of the best, if not the best IDE available on the internet right now, hands down. It performs good at creation of logics. It performs great at building complex workflows, and it even formulates the requirements which are necessary to develop a project depending solely on the requirements which you have. You just need to know how to give a correct and a good prompt. And the more clear you describe your project, what you actually want, or how you want it to look like, what are the key functions of the project, what programming should be used, what logic should be used, how should everything be created. The more clear you describe all these things, the better Claude Code will perform. And that is a well-known fact. The more specific the prompt is, the better the result you get. If you know what you want, it actually delivers. But then again, there are some downsides. And the most biggest problem, if you don't know what you're building, you cannot actually use Claude Code. Though I said that Claude Code is one of the best IDEs available on the internet, there are still few downsides. For instance, if a person who has no technical knowledge goes directly into Claude Code and gives a single liner that I want to build this, sure, Claude Code will build it out. But I'm 95% sure that what Claude will build will not be the one which you actually had in mind. So it is necessary that you be super specific. You have crystal clarity of your thought, of your project, and of the functionalities that you're building. The main problem which I faced was the usage limit. Yes, I did have a huge usage, but there came a point where even when I wanted to change something, Claude simply failed. Why? Because there was context overdose. The session of the Claude Code which I was using had so much context given to it that it stopped functioning in the manner which I expected it to. Sure, there was an easy cure to start a new session, and I did so as well. But still, that was a problem. Second, the limit usage. The limit usage is one of the big problems which I faced, because while I was in the flow of working, suddenly I received the message that the usage limit has been hit. It resets in so and so time. The usage limit has been hit. It resets in so and so time. And this was the biggest problem, which forced me to use a different ID. The second one which I jumped to was Cursor. Why? Because I had some experience with Cursor and I knew it was good. So I jumped onto it. And Cursor is pretty good. It is good in terms of building front end, in terms of building visuals, in terms of UI and UX designing. Cursor is super good in these things. But Cursor takes a step back when it comes to building logic or complex flows. In my experience, I don't think Cursor is as good as Claude Code, but to build your front end and UI UX, Cursor is much better. Though if you have the free tier, you get a bunch of requests. You can send up to almost 20 to 25 requests, and that worked out super good for me. I was able to build a rough sketch of the front end there. A beautiful front end. Though still there were some huge problems there which I had to solve later on. And that's when I hit the Cursor limit as well. Which forced me to jump to another IDE. Now what that was? Well, that IDE was Antigravity. Yes, the newly launched one. It was good. It was super good. Until I realized the backend intricacies there. Antigravity allows you to choose from multiple models, but there is a limit to the usage of specific models. For instance, I knew that Claude is good for coding, so I selected a Sonnet version as my coding partner. I gave it a set of 5 requests. It accepted, it functioned well. And on the next request, I got the message that you cannot use the Claude model anymore. Reason? The usage limit of each model other than Gemini was very narrow. It was super narrow. And once that was used, you are being forced to use Gemini. And as we all know, Gemini is not that great at coding. It's not that great at understanding the logic of things, which forced me to stop using Antigravity. Yes, Antigravity has a beautiful interface. Its UI is super amazing compared to other UI, but still, that was a problem. Now, and this was the last IDE which I tried, after which my Claude Code renewed, so I jumped back to Claude Code. So these were the 3 main IDEs which I used. Let me push in one bonus IDE, GitHub Copilot. This is a coding partner which is deeply integrated into VS Code. Yes, VS Code also allows you to use codecs as well as Claude Code, and I'm using Claude Code within VS Code. And GitHub Copilot is the default coding partner on VS Code. But even that has a specific limit, and I hit it pretty easily. I just gave somewhere around 10 to 12 requests, and I hit the limit. So the next time when I opened Claude Code, I just ensured few things. I opened a new session, and at the start of the session, I gave it my plan, all the history about the project which I'm working on, every single information which I had. I pushed it all onto my Claude Code as context, and from then on, I continued building. It went on super smoothly. Sure, I hit the usage limit pretty easily, but still, it is performing much better compared to Antigravity or even Cursor. So, in my humble opinion, I believe Claude Code is one of the best IDEs available on the internet right now. Sure, there are some other ones available as well, and you could choose to take a premium version, but that solely depends on your usage, on your service, on your project. So that was it for this video. This video was solely about my experience with different IDEs, the problems which I faced, the solutions which I arrived at, and how I was able to continue creating the project. So as a final reminder, no matter which IDE you use, you need to ensure that you're giving it some brilliant prompt. You need to ensure that you're crystal clear with your requirement, with the language you want to use, with the functionality. Only when you have all this information can you proceed with building the project in a smooth manner. You won't feel trouble or you won't feel anxiety while doing so. Why? Because you will have assistance of different AIs. I mean, you could also open a separate LLM, maybe ChatGPT, to help you frame the actual prompt which you will input into the coding assistant. That is a possible solution. No. Hope you like this video. If you want to watch more videos relating to AI, automation, or technology, consider liking this video, subscribing the channel, and hyping this video up. Thank you for watching. Peace out.